In this video, it's a Cadillac Fleetwood Limousine Hearse. Yes, really. What we have here is a Cadillac Fleetwood Hearse limousine. Now, it began life as a limousine, and we'll take a walk along it. You know, very formal style of limousine. Maybe it had 6 doors, I don't know. I don't know how you would have got in it, whether it just had an extended section there. It's got these ornate lamps, which sadly bits have gone missing for. It was converted by the Classic Limousine Company in Fountain Valley, California. But yeah, in Japan it became a hearse. With these huge dummy irons on the back for what would have been a folding roof on the old cars. That's why such things exist. And yeah, there's the rear end, sort of a stubby overhang going on. MCM plate, we'll discuss that in a moment, but it does have a link, which is pure coincidence, but not to Mighty Car Mods. I don't think this is quite their cup of tea, to be honest, but it is a mightily impressive wagon. So very long. We should probably head aboard for a bit of a look inside. And look, beautiful wood in the door. Look at the door handle. We've got power locks going on. We've got seat adjusters, controls are here. There's a door open, a little tweeter, electric windows. And if we head inside further, we get to see a very simple climate control system, a cassette player. That's brilliant. I wish I bought my cassettes, but mostly nothing at all. Ahead of the driver, we've got column gear change. We can't see any dashboard because the ignition is currently off and it's all black and it's all digital. Steering wheel is upside down because we're on the opposite side of the world. Indicator stalk is very busy. You'll see we've got cruise control here, got a wiper control here, there's a mist function there, but the screen wash is there. Which is quite unusual. So the stalk rotates in different ways. Also does main beam. I think this is your lights, and you'll notice we've got the Twilight Sentinel, which I think is your exterior lights, and maybe they're automatic. I don't really understand how that works. But Twilight Sentinel was a system of automatic headlamps for GM brought to market in the 1960s. It followed on from the Autronic Eye, which was the first set of automatic headlamps, which I think was fitted from 1952 or 54. Pretty astonishingly early. Anyway, just to make me feel at home after my Ford Fairmont, it has no headliner currently. That does need refitting. Apparently 2 days ago, most of the interior was not in here for reasons we will come to. Let's jump in the back. So here in the back, what I imagine would have been the middle row of seats, there's just about enough room, but it's actually quite cramped given the length of the vehicle. I've got an ashtray now, in addition to my power window controls and power locks, even controlled here. There's a little grab handle as before, but perhaps with a bit more springy action. No centre armrest, but enormous big benches. Which could well fold down, I imagine. The interesting bit is that the quarter light windows effectively aren't there. So this seat does apparently make a bit of noise when you move back and forward on it. Yeah, so I think we can say for a vehicle of this length, not as spacious as was hoped. Here in the back, things have changed quite a lot. Yeah, to get certification here, it's needed all this putting in, and unfortunately that has meant the original amazing, or possibly Japanese amazing interior has been removed, which is a real shame. Some of it was very ornate. In fact, apparently there was even a marble floor in here, and that all had to be removed so this strengthening could be built in to ensure it actually has something approaching rigidity. I'm going to climb in because I can't really see any reason why I shouldn't. It's like tunneling, this is like caving. And we'll have a look at some of these original bits. I mean, look, we've got amplifiers and various controls down here. Oh well, yeah, some fancy finishes there. But yeah, lovely pattern down the side of them. but I imagine they're going to be clanking around quite horribly as we drive about. So that'll add an interesting dimension to things, but certainly very spacious, even if the roof is a little on the low side perhaps. Like the window appears to be, is that plastic or glass that's just been bonded in? It's quite intriguing. Oh dear, we got a space saver tyre. Right, I need to try and get out. This isn't the most practical of vehicles perhaps, but really it's not about how it looks. We need to find out how it's going to drive. Under the bonnet we have a very dusty LT1 V8 engine of 5.7 litres, and I love the fact the battery looks like it isn't connected, but it is. It's secret connections down the side of the battery. Enormous expansion tank. Apparently this is entirely unreliable and breaks down quite often, so we'll see if that happens on the test. Interesting serpentine belt weaving its way around all the things, but set quite far back actually, so I mean the front bumper is here, so that's amusing. So this little thing tells you the headlights are on, and apparently normally there would be a flasher for the indicator as well, but we don't think that's functioning. So that's quite neat. One of the more interesting things is that it comes with this little key fob which also has MCM on it, so somehow it's ended up with an MCM reg, and it's got the original remote control in there on this little key pouch, which is quite sweet. But yeah, time to take this lengthy barge for a drive. Right, see if she'll start. That noise apparently happens all the time. I assume it's running.
It is running.
Is it running? It's running. Sorry, yes, we do have a car full on this one. The busiest road test I've ever been on. Oh, that's an interesting arrangement there. Oh, I'll pull my microphone up a bit. All the better for the hearing. Right, let's straighten the steering. Whoa!
Yeah, it's finger light.
That's very light, and now you can see the digital dashboard ahead. It has half a tank of fuel, and oh dear, Bill, it hasn't quite finished being put back together, but it's all fine. Yep. Right.
So the foot brake disengages automatically when you put it in gear.
Okay. Oh, that's a bit fancy.
And gear, yep, that's an overdrive.
Do we want it in overdrive or just normal?
Just leave it in overdrive.
Right. Lights we put on to warn everyone how enormous we are. Might do the window up. Oh, it's one of those auto down onlys, that's nice. I shall check my block. Oh, good visibility.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yep. And away we go. 26,000 kilometres on the clock. So it certainly hasn't seen a lot of use. But I'm going to have to do this. That's the wrong bit. There we go. That's, oh, look at that. On the wiper washers. No triangle of doom. It's all good times. Which way are we going here?
We're right. This might be a bit of an interesting turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's 7 metres, but just, yeah.
Have I got it on intermittent? I have got it on.
They are on, but they don't tick.
So, get it round.
There we go.
Oh, this is so big.
It does have a wee shutter through the drivetrain because we think it's because of the length of the drive shaft. And
It must be big, yeah.
And of course, lots of road noise from the rear with
no sound deadening.
Yes.
Yeah. But then, you know, how fast would you go with a coffin in the back?
Yeah.
Some lovely percussion going on there as well.
Yep, from the spare tyre. So go right here again, and we'll get on back onto that kind of main road, and we'll head down towards the university.
It's just ridiculously light, and I've driven Citroens.
Float like a Cadillac, sting like a behemoth.
Yeah.
Right. Here comes the Mercedes.
Is Mike right? Is he going to give way? Yes.
Excellent. People give way to the Hearse.
And now we've got the fun of going over a speed hump. So the front end goes over, and then the back end eventually follows. This is certainly the most unexpected experience in New Zealand so far.
So go left here.
Left.
This is often a bit of an interesting intersection, but I think it won't be too bad because it won't.
At least you've got nice wide roads. I wouldn't fancy threading this down British roads.
Yeah, I can imagine that wouldn't be fun.
Oh yeah, that's strange.
honest, for what it is, it moves.
Whoa. Was that actual tyre squeal?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Wow. Certainly gets a bit of attention as you're driving down the road.
It certainly does. I had 2 people cut me off in this, and they got a blast of the train horn.
Is that on the steering wheel?
No, it is right there.
Oh,
These
proper.
are going to go a bit slowly over these because the whole car.
Right, okay, so this will allow us to measure the wheelbase. There's front and there's the rear. Yeah, I think it probably needs to open the headers through the bonnet, really. Then you'd be able to hear the engine.
Yeah, we were thinking that.
Yeah. Apparently, that is the very last B1 Passat in New Zealand. It's gorgeous. So that was a short drive around Christchurch in a quite remarkable car, the surprisingly nippy Cadillac Fleetwood Limousine Hearse thing. Yeah, it's just the most bizarre vehicle, and it gets so much attention when you're driving around. It looks absolutely incredible. It's not really a practical vehicle, but awesome nonetheless. So I shall say thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe before you go, and I shall see you in a future video. Farewell.